Hey guys, I'm Ash.
And I'm Pete.
We're two friends with a combo of 7 kids ranging from toddlers to 20s and 2 crazy husbands.
Our paths were not easy. With childhood battle wounds, divorce, second marriages and all, we somehow found each other. And together we talk real life, laugh, cry, and figure out how to survive the day.
Music is by Dustbowl Champion. To hear Dustbowl Champion's newest hits, search Dustbowl Champion on Spotify. Hey guys, it's Ash and P.
Hey.
Welcome back to another exciting experience with us. Okay. Oh, good.
What?
Sorry. I had to move my camera a little bit. That's all.
Oh, okay. Hey, Ash.
Hey, P. How's it going?
It's going.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you excited for today?
I am, but, I feel like, okay, so we're taking the kids out of town and the kids are so excited. We told them last night. We didn't tell them until last night because I'm just all about trying to wait on telling my kids.
Yes.
I just feel like they just ask, and they're going to ask every single day about it.
Yes.
And also, I'm so scared, like, I don't know, what if something comes up and something happens and we can't go, or I don't know, whatever. So I just don't say anything until like very last minute. Well, we told them last night, they're so excited. We're taking them to Universal Studios. All they could fixate on was we were going to Hollywood. So they're so excited to go to Hollywood.
Why do they know about Hollywood?
I think, there's a show, and I don't know if it's like Jessie or something. I think someone moves away and goes
okay.
to Hollywood.
Jessie would make sense because she wants to be an actress.
Okay,
right?
Maybe that's it. Well, Georgia says Hollywood is where all the dreams come true. And I was like,
oh no.
That's not really true.
It all depends on what kind of dreams. What kind of dreams you're talking about.
It's actually where dreams die.
Yeah.
But actually that's where morals die, I should say.
Yeah. Yes, that's it.
But we're taking them. But it's like, okay, so I got the dog sitters. I got the dog. I got to go get cash for the dog sitters. I got everything taken care of, dialed in with them. I'm packing. I'm cleaning. I'm wrapping up work stuff. I'm making sure the kids have all their school stuff. I don't want to come back to a dirty house. So I need to have everything cleaned, all the dishes done, floors done. And last night I'm like sweeping and mopping and everything. And my husband's like, are you just going to come sit down and like relax with us? And I'm like, do you think like there's what?
No, just that he said that. That's a little ballsy.
Yeah. I go, and not to mention, I'm the one that put the whole trip together, of course, right? So I booked the hotel, I booked, I got our tickets and everything. And I go, do you think that there's like a fucking clean fairy that comes and does this shit? Like, do you think that like things just miraculously happen? I mean, I just got done like doing all of the sheets, all the blankets, all the towels.
Let's just let everyone know, all of the listeners know, since you guys aren't quite sure exactly when this recording is taking place, but this is still the week of the Williams just left her house and her father-in-law just left her house. This is like Thanksgiving just happened last week.
Yes. So we're still coming off of having a house full of people and everything. So
you're wild.
Having like to get all of, but this was the right weekend to do it. The nice thing
is the right weekend or the only weekend?
The only weekend. It really was. I mean, we could do it next week, but the kids aren't out early. They're not out early.
I didn't realize the girls were out early.
Yeah.
I knew you were picking them up early. I just assumed that it was just
they're out at noon today. So it's like, this is the right weekend to do it. The nice thing is we'll have a 2-week break before we get on the road again.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, I'm going to like hard, like clean eating and everything for 2 weeks after this, because I like
maybe I should do that with you.
I feel like I've just been on a roller coaster diet of like, not even diet. It's just like my eating has just been terrible, and drinking has just been terrible because it's been one thing, one thing, one thing. Oh, someone's here, someone's there. We're going here, we're
Mm-hmm.
going there. And so it's like you just pick up whatever, you pick up bad food, you pick up drinks, you're drinking, and it's like I am just so like, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no,
Yeah.
no. I need to stop. My pants fit tight. Um,
They fit.
they fit, but Lord,
I'm
we don't
not
want to
saying
know
they
how they
feel
fit.
good, but they
I mean,
fit.
okay, well, let me back this train up really quick. So we only had so many days before we could take a picture, a family picture with Tristan here. Okay. So it was during Thanksgiving
Real
break.
quick, I would just like to say, welcome to the life of not having all your kids at home.
Right. Okay. So my daughter's away at college. So she's only here for a week during Thanksgiving, which I have a ton of people here starting Tuesday through Saturday that I have to like, you know, make sure that like people get to their places and do things and whatever. And plus we want to spend time with our people. So I'm like, I don't even know when we're going to take this picture. She came in Sunday night. Monday was like, I think I can't even remember. I still had to get her an outfit. She like hadn't bought anything. She had a hair appointment on Tuesday. So I was like, okay, it can't be Monday or Tuesday because she's not even ready for that. Tuesday evening, my grandparents were in town. So Tony took my grandfather out. I took, my grandmother out. Wednesday's the day before Thanksgiving. Everyone's coming in. Thursday's Thanksgiving. Friday, thank goodness I didn't plan it for Friday because one of my daughters was very ill. She was not
Oh,
feeling well. And we had like all this stuff planned with our family. So we are like, we have to do it Saturday. And this is now the Saturday. This is days after Thanksgiving and a few days after I've had guests. And so the dress I wore, which is it's a little boobalicious, but it's like kind of tight at the waist.
yes.
That thing almost didn't close. Okay. It was so tight. And it was to the point where you could see skin because it was getting stretched so far
I did not see any skin.
because I kept breathing like this. So, so I
Oh
was
my
like, we have to take these pictures so quick.
god.
I tried the dress on before Thanksgiving. It did not fit that way. So that's letting you know I ate way too much during Thanksgiving.
Okay, in all fairness also, because I don't know that you ate it's not like there was crazy eating all day every day kind of thing. I don't know that that was
But
it.
it was very carby.
Carby, but also remember us women during different times of the month were very different.
It is true. I
So,
know my body is like, I feel like it's not my normal body right now.
uh-huh.
It's just not. I don't know what it is. I don't recognize it in the mirror. It's not that I've like, I can't even say here's the honest truth. I really discourage getting on the scale unless you need to hit a big target market of weight loss. So if it's something like me where if I lost anywhere between 5 and 7 pounds, I would be super happy. I don't worry about getting on a scale. Now, if I needed to lose like 20 plus, I would probably get on the
Yeah.
scale just so I can track my progress. But I really refrain from getting on a scale for stuff like that because I just feel like it's discouraging. It messes with your head. And also, I don't want to be so obsessed with a number. I want to just know that I like the way my body looks. I like the way I like the way I'm fitting in things and I'm happy with it. So whatever that number is, it is. I don't like being fixated on a weight number. But I would be so scared to hop on a scale right now because I don't know what the heck happened. But my body is just so different. I just notice it's just very different lately.
You are insane because I remember you being so disgusted with yourself and so horrendous, like of an eater, just horrible. I've been awful. And then you went and you did that thing, you know, that you do at your gym.
Oh,
That,
yes.
like, I don't know. The one I do is called InBody. Don't worry, I don't
But
do
it's
it
like a
because I think
challenge.
I'm thinning myself out.
Oh,
Okay.
the Evolt. The Evolt.
Yes, yes. Okay. So
Yes.
you do that. So
They measure your not just your weight, but it's like your body fat in
your
your
water
arms,
weight, your
in your
yes,
legs,
your
you
trunk.
know. Yep,
Yes. So it
everywhere.
gives all your info. And you were like right where you were the last time you had done it or something.
I know, but I'm probably even worse right now. But and I know it's the holidays, and I give myself usually I will give myself a little grace, but that's why I'm like these next 2 weeks. I just got to go hard for 2 weeks
Yeah.
until we're ready for Christmas again because I can't be showing up to Christmas like, oh, she went to Vegas and woo, put on the LBs over there.
You are
That's what
the
happens when you work.
dumbest person I know. Oh, that's what happens when you work from home. Oh,
That's
what's
what
my
happens when you
excuse?
work from home and you're working out in the garage. Yeah, I don't know.
Shut up.
I need to
Oh
not
my
be that person right
gosh.
now. Okay,
You
but
are so
anyway,
ridiculous.
the whole point of this was saying like life has been so crazy and my husband thinking that it's just going to magically get clean. I
Oh
wanted to
yeah.
punch him in the face, right? Because I'm like, first of all, you don't fucking, I'm the one that has to do all of this. And I've got to clean everyone's laundry so they have clothes to pack. Because I
Yes.
know it's like someone's going to want something. And I don't want to, I also just don't like coming home to like more shit, you
No,
know?
no. It's definitely better when you come home and the only laundry you have to wash is what you took on the trip.
Right.
That kind of thing.
So it's just been a little hectic, but that's fine. It's okay. The kids are getting out at noon today. And then we're coming home and I'm gonna pack I have their stuff laid out, but I'm gonna pack the bags this afternoon because we have to wait like a couple hours anyway for my husband.
So you guys aren't getting on the road until like 2:33?
Well, I'm hoping two. We'll see.
Okay. Okay.
He's really on my nerves. Right now, like I don't know, yesterday. Are we gonna start our period?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, that's what
Yeah.
it is. Okay. We're
That's what I was
we're
saying. Your body
we're
at the
cycle
time you took the
sisters.
photos. Yes.
I know, we're cycle sisters. And like the other day, I just loved him. I just was like, you
Oh.
know what? I
Oh, I
love you.
know.
I'll have sex with you
Yes.
tonight because I actually love you,
Me too.
Yeah,
Yes.
but like last night, or not really even yeah, it started last night. Last night and this morning, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're so annoying and you're so stupid. And he's like, even this morning, because I told him last night, I go, are you really going to go into the office at 6 in the morning? Because he said that. And he's like, no, probably like 7. And I go, so are you going to a 5 o'clock gym class? And he goes, no. And everyone, for those who haven't gone back to listen to all the episodes, or if you did, I'm a little bit of a
Stickler.
a stickler. There's that word. Stickle pickle.
You're a strict stickler.
I'm a strict stickler. With my husband's gym regimen because he doesn't do it if I don't.
If you have not listened, then you aren't aware that Tony and I are soul sisters because we are Priscilla's bookends of people who are like addicted to eating, eat like as much as we want. We have no self-control when it comes to it.
He has no self control.
I eat way worse than Tony does.
Yes, but he snacks and like I don't even. I'm like,
But
what?
it's not like you guys have crazy snacks at home,
No,
you know?
no, but
So
it's too much. And but for him, the biggest thing to me is I can feed him well. Sorry, there's like sun. I can feed him well, but he needs to be active. He needs to be physically active because he just gains very easily. I do
yes,
know
he
that about his
has
body.
my type of figure. We gain easily, and but that's mine and his thing too is we're not the type of people who want to wake up at 5 in the morning and go to the
No.
gym.
So he goes, there
And when
isn't
we
a,
get home, we do want to sit down on the couch and just relax.
oh, he loves sitting down on the couch and just like,
Mhm.
I'm like, are you like, what? There's shit to do. Do it, you know?
Eh,
So, so
whoa,
I know.
your son
Sorry, my
Bukaki
son.
really got all
He's,
over you.
I'm gonna have to block my head with this, like sit up straight like an actual proper lady. So He's like, no, there's no 5 a.m. class. So, no. And I go, I'm thinking, oh, we have plenty of shit here for you to do. So I go, are you going to get on the bike then? He goes, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I should get on the bike. And I have told him repeatedly, like, on days that you do not go to the gym, you really need to utilize the
The
Peloton.
stuff you guys
You
have.
need,
Yeah.
yes,
Well, I mean, and
use it,
he could even
any of
go
it.
into the garage and do weights
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely. But just do something every single day. There's no reason you can't. So, of course, this morning I wake up and I'm like, there's no way that guy is waking up. But you know what? I'm also not his mother. I am not going to wake him up and say, get up. It's time to go work out. So I go, let's see what happens. Of course, I come in. He didn't work out. And I'm like, how was the bike? He's like, oh, it was so good. I'm like, yeah, whatever, you loser. Um, and so,
oh,
so anyway, and then I have to wait for him because he has to go in the office and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, he's just on my nerves. There's other things, but he's just on my nerves. So yeah, there's all that. But
Jason
I'm
was on my
excited.
nerves before. So,
Before this week.
um at the beginning of the week. The
Um,
beginning of the week he was really on my nerves.
when you guys first got home.
After we got home, it was Tuesday. Tuesday, I don't know what his problem was. I was just like, "Oh my gosh, what is wrong with you?" Um so it's okay, really quick. It's funny to me that you're like, "I'm not his mom. I'm not going to wake him up, blah blah blah."
Because
Because to
Jason has to wake
me,
you up.
no, no.
Oh,
Um I I go to work before him. When
I
he's
know.
home, I wake up except on like a Friday. Friday he'll wake up earlier except oh, remind me to tell you this morning. Okay, so you said I'm not going to wake him up. I'm not his mom. Um and you think that way because you're like, you're so annoying. Just wake up. Just get up and do it. And so that's why it irritates you and you don't want to do that. But for him, it's probably like, please don't wake me up. Like, when you're tired, you want to go to bed and you like roll over and you're like, don't touch me. Please
Uh
don't.
huh.
Please
Uh huh.
don't breathe. Don't breathe too much, Priscilla, because he might be like, oh, you're awake. Like he's probably like, oh, hopefully Priscilla doesn't wake me up. But
Yeah.
luckily for him, you're not going to because it just bugs you so much that he is not like, you want him to be like, yes, let's go. I'm going to get up. I'm going to exercise, like get this day moving, blah,
I
blah, blah.
I
Not
would just need.
everyone's energetic like you like
I know, but
that.
even if he's not energized, can you have a plan? Can you like have some motivation? What do I need to do? What do I need to do to like motivate him? I
Oh
tried giving
gosh.
him Ozempic. He stopped taking that because he didn't like it.
It didn't feel good. Well, I wouldn't take it if it didn't feel good either, but okay, so that's a good question I feel like to ask me. Him and I are definitely obviously different because I do call him my soul sister, but obviously he's a guy. Totally different motivations. Um
I don't
but
think he cares if his clothes don't fit him. And I think like he's already got the wife, so what does he need to? He's not worried about it. He has plenty of
mm,
confidence. I think he's overly confident in himself.
see, he
So what's his
he does
motivation?
feel much better about himself than I feel about myself, I think. Like
Absolutely.
I think that men and women are different in that way. Like I am heavier. Um I'm going to say probably almost equally heavy to like the heaviest I've been is where I'm at right now.
Really?
Um maybe like a small amount less, but very close. I can just feel it. And so I don't feel good about myself, right? Like I
Right.
see myself in the mirror. I don't want to go anywhere because I don't want to put clothes on. Like I don't want to have to, like, it's one thing to have to put clothes on to wear at home or to wear, like, okay, I have to put clothes on to wear at church, right?
Right.
Those are easy things, but to go out and do something, I don't want to do it. Like, ugh, I just don't. I forgot where I was going or what I was doing, but I was like, I don't even wanna go because I don't want to get dressed. Like, I feel like everything looks gross on me even when I get dressed and I do myself up where, like, I have makeup on, hair on. I
I
mean, I
think a
always have
lot of
hair on,
women
but
feel that way when they're heavier. Like when
yeah,
they gain weight,
yeah,
I think that is what how a lot of women feel.
yeah, and so, for guys, I think it is different, especially, like, Tony's not the biggest he's ever been, you
No,
know?
thank
So,
goodness.
it's so it's like, I'm
Me
not that
too.
big, right? Like,
But
he's like, I was that how big was he? He was bigger when you guys started dating, right?
yes,
So
yes.
see, he's like, I'm doing so good. Like,
I
I got this hot chick and I
Well,
was
and he's
much
also,
bigger.
I think, like when he does go to the gym, which I mean, okay, for a normal person, going 2 or 3 times a week would be just fine. But he is not a normal person because he actually does need to lose some pounds. That's not enough. If he was eating completely clean, no alcohol, no BS, no ordering hamburgers and smash burgers like he's making today for lunch, or if you do, it's lettuce wrapped, um, then it would be a different story. But he's
Do you
not.
hear my fat girlness go, oh, smash burger sounds so good. I'm just
So
saying.
so
I'll eat
it's
a
like
lettuce wrap, that's fine.
I would too, but he's like he's not there. So I mean, the only thing I can think of that would maybe motivate him is
Vacation.
no, I don't even think
Oh,
that. I tried
really?
doing that
Like,
too.
hey,
I think nope. I think what it is I think it's going to take a doctor telling him
mm,
like
well, you need
you're
to
gonna
get your
like
husband to
you're
go to the doctor.
I know, and he won't go.
You
And I
guys aren't
wonder,
big doctor
I know,
people.
but I wonder if that's why he doesn't go too. Because
Mm,
back in
maybe.
the day, back when we first started dating, and he was very heavy, he had lost 30 pounds right before we started dating. And it was because the doctor wanted to put him on high cholesterol pills. This is in his 20s, high
Mm,
cholesterol and high blood pressure medication. And he was like, the doctor said, you can either lose weight or you're starting these medicines. And he didn't want to start medication. And so
so he lost weight.
he lost the weight. And then we went on this journey where we kept going, and he lost 100 pounds. It was amazing. And I think that was a big scare. That was a big scare for him. And I don't know if that's the only thing that's going to get him like to do it. And I say that not just because it's not just about him being heavy, like, on the physical side of it, but we have small children. I
Yeah.
want him to live a long life. I want him to be
Yes.
healthy. You know what? Not only does he need to keep up with our kids, he needs to keep up with me because I'm not slowing down for nobody. Okay. So if you don't want to be left in the dust, you better pick it up and put on those running shoes because otherwise, you're going to be stuck at home while I'm out doing whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
waiting around for you. I'm not pushing your wheelchair when, you're young still. No,
Right.
it's not happening.
Did he have this is probably too late anyway, but did he have a doctor here in town that he went to?
Well, like you said, we're not really doctor
Yeah.
people, so no, not
Maybe you
really.
need to find him a
I
doctor.
I do see, but it's like there's another fucking thing on my list. I know, but I really do think that he
I
does
know it's
need
another thing on your
someone.
list. But instead of being on his butt about
Yeah, then
exercising
the
or
doctor will
whatever,
do
you
it.
can find a doctor
Yeah,
instead
yeah,
because it probably like frustrates you so much, like, why aren't you making these decisions, to be healthier, that kind of thing, like, that irritates you so much, you're spending time on that
yeah.
where you could spend it on go to see the doctor, because like you said, anything you say or do is probably not going to change anything unless you
No,
were like, which I don't know, if you said, I'm going to divorce you if you don't get healthy, then
yeah.
he might be like, what the f, you don't like who I am, fine, leave. I don't know. Plus I know you wouldn't do that, so he'd be like, okay,
Now,
Priscilla.
I do know it's easier for him when I am completely clean. Like
Yeah,
if I just go hard, he'll have to do it with me and then he will lose the weight. Like he won't just not do it if I do it. He
right.
will do it if I do it. But I don't always want to do it. you know?
Yes. Yes.
I
No,
mean,
I
it's
get
like,
that. And you're a healthy person to where like if you want to indulge or like you're like, you know what, it's the holidays. I'm going to be whatever on the during the
yeah.
holiday. Like that's fine. You can do that. Um
But I also calculate things in my head too. Like I'm also like, okay, um, I ate blah 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 blah. I need to work out tomorrow morning, and this is what I need to
mm-mm.
do, and I need to do this many minutes, and this many, and I need to make sure that I get my heart rate up, and I need to burn at least this many calories because I need to burn off some of this stuff. You know what I mean? Or
No,
like
Tony and I are
I know
never
what
going
I'm
to
going
do
to
that.
eat. I know what I want to eat, and so therefore I know I need to work out extra because I know I want to eat that.
See, I would rather not eat the stuff so that I don't have to work out.
Not I'm total opposite, right? I'd rather
I
eat the
love
stuff and
food
work
and
out.
I want to eat everything that's awful and horrible for me, but I think I dislike working out more than being like, it's fine, I just won't have that
Uh-huh.
because I don't want to work out. And I don't know what it is. Like I think maybe it's because I'm heavier. I don't know. Like I've never been someone who really wanted to go to the gym, but I think when I was smaller, if I were to go to the gym, it wouldn't have been so like whereas now it's like if I were to go to the gym, which I'm not going to, um but if I were to go, I would be like how long do I have to be here? When can I leave? What do I have to do to get out of this place? That is honestly what I think when I go there.
But I also think that I might have a lot of testosterone and that's why I like it so much.
Maybe,
I
but
really I really do wonder that.
Tony's testosterone is fine and he doesn't want to go to a gym.
I know, but I still think I don't know.
I'm just saying.
He's just not motivated to do it. I don't know. I mean, he likes it once he's there. He gets
Yeah.
into it. He like loves work. I mean, and he can work out hard. He was an athlete. He can
Yeah.
do it. It's
Yeah.
just I don't know
Getting
why.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Getting him there because it's so much easier to not. That's why.
Speaking of
Um
which, I was thinking about this. I think part of your husband's problem why he can't skate is I think he has like a really bad core.
I'm sure he does, that he had a hernia, right? Like that's something poking
That's
out of the muscle because
He's
probably
a
because
bad
the muscle's
skater.
not.
He
I
was a
don't
bad
know.
skater before the hernia, though. So I
Well,
think
he's
his
had
core.
he's had the hernia for a while.
Yeah, but remember when we took him to Roller Town?
But also keep in mind that I mean, I know that people that are fit get hernias and things like that. But just because you're fit doesn't mean you have a good core. Um, but
I know, but but balance, thinking about balance, right? Like, okay, you may say, well, I'm not fit. I'm over my weight, whatever that I normally am or that I would like to be. But you're fine. Your stability is fine. And stability and core, not necessarily like, oh, your core is so strong, or
right,
mine
right.
either. I'm just saying
But
like,
it's decent enough to hold me up.
yes,
Yeah.
I think your husband needs to do like
That could be it.
yoga.
Maybe. He is very this is something because I always think anything related to body, flexibility, fitness, everything like that is related to being thin and fit, which Jason's typically smaller than me. When I'm heavy, he's always going to be smaller than me.
Yeah.
And by smaller than me, I mean he's going to weigh less. But he will weigh quite a bit less than me and still he cannot touch his toes, and I don't understand it. I'm fat. I am fat and I can touch my toes. Why can you not touch your toes?
He's not flexible.
He is not
He's not
flexible.
flexible.
No, not at
And I
all.
and I worry about his bones. I really do because he's always injured. Okay, so for everyone, I think we kind of talked about this last week, but we went ice skating and our families went ice skating when they were here and Jason just about like blew his back out. I don't know. Everything was sore, bruised, inside bruised because we didn't see anything on the
Yeah,
outside.
yeah, they were all
Um,
internal bruising.
he fell, ate shit, like everything. And and this is not the first time he's skated and has done this before.
No, last time wasn't it his wrist last time though?
Remember the little wrist.
The wrist guards, he put them on backward. He's like, "Is this how?" No. What? Wait, did he have him on the top of his hand? What did he? How did he do it backwards? He had him. I'm like, how is that going to protect your wrist when you fall? What is wrong with you, you weirdo? Yeah.
Gonna fall like this.
Yes. Yes.
So no, but I wonder about that. And I was I was working out this morning in the garage and I started thinking about that. I was on a stability ball and I was like, you know, I think Jason needs to do like yoga or like something to like learn how to like be flexible and stabilize your body and do those kinds of things. And I know he's going to think that I'm a crazy person. But I really do think like those things are so important, like as you get older, you know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the guy can't do much activity without getting hurt. So I feel like
Yeah.
those are reasons.
You could absolutely be right because he is, and I don't know what this requires of you, but you know he falls up and down the stairs a lot. Like I don't think that's necessarily his balance. Maybe hand-eye coordination? Is that what that would be? Like you can't get
I
your
don't
feet on the
know.
right place? I
Like,
don't know.
does he
I
fall far?
No,
It just
it's
kind of
always like a couple chairs, a couple stairs, like a couple
uh-huh.
steps. He'll slip. Um but I'm like, great, we've got to figure out like when a good time to sell and buy a new house would be because we can't stay in a two-story for the rest of our lives
No,
because I mean
we could put a hospital bed in the office downstairs for him.
I'm like, okay, I'll see you later. I'm going to our bed. You have fun down there. Yeah, instead of his desk, it'll be a hospital bed.
Uh-huh.
Perfect. Um
Um, the last thing I'm going to say before we go to break, because I didn't mean to turn this into a bash your husband's episode, but um, your husband. So, okay, I know you told me I can do this before on Amazon. I still
oh,
have not been able to
yes.
figure it out. I, obviously we share an Amazon account, and I didn't
Yes.
want him to see things that I was ordering. And so I've always asked Jason or Ashley, like, hey, can you order this for me for Tony? And I'll Venmo you. Well, the other day I sent Jason a Venmo. This was like maybe 2 weeks ago. And I put a present and I sent it to Jason. I forgot Tony got Venmo recently. So this fucker
Mm-mm-mm.
goes, what'd you send Jason money for? And I go, because we're going in on a gift for Ashley. Why? It's like,
Jason explained that to me and I totally, totally did not understand that. Oh my gosh. I thought he said you told him you and Tony were going in on a gift for me. I was like, so are we doing like a couple get what do you what he's like, I guess. I no.
no.
Like, apparently he didn't understand that
I
I
guess
wasn't
not.
understanding either. That's so funny. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so then I'm like, fuck, now I got to be strategic with what I put
I
when I
know.
send Jason money. So I asked Jason to order two things, and
Yes.
lately, I don't know what it is. This has been only the last few days. When I've ordered a single clothing item or something from Amazon, it's not coming in a box or in the like foil paper, like the wrapped sealed
Yes.
packaging. It's just like plastic and see-through, and so you just see
Yes.
the product.
Right.
So
Which
so
is not good because it
no,
makes it
it's
easy for the
stupid.
thieves to take too. Especially
Yes.
around this time, you can set it so, or maybe it does it automatically, where I'm not going to say her name because she'll think I'm talking to her right now, but that hoe won't even tell you what your notifications are so that people in the house don't know what you bought.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. But I'm like, what, why would they do this during Christmas season when people are getting
Yeah,
stuff
that's
delivered
bad.
and that's presents? So I text Jason last night and I said, "Hey, is that gift coming, or is that gift going to be here? Because I haven't gotten it yet. I checked the outside and I haven't gotten it yet."
Oh.
Jason doesn't respond. I'm like,
You should have asked me.
well, I'm like, that motherfucker lives on his phone and he is not going to
True.
answer me. Really?
Fair enough.
And it wasn't that late. So anyway, I forgot about it. And this morning I worked out, whatever. He's getting ready for work and he goes, "Hey, there's a package on the front door that I'm pretty sure I wasn't supposed to see." Yep. There's his Griswold jersey that I ordered for him.
I knew it was delivered too because I saw the photo.
I was like, fuck. So I was like,
But
oh my gosh. I'm like, you suck. And then I was like, "Tony, you're stupid. You suck." I was so mad.
like it's his fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're all, why are you going through the front door? Don't use the front door anymore.
Yeah, paying attention.
That's so funny. Oh my goodness. Well, I am really special right now, apparently, because on top of me not understanding that you were telling Tony that you and Jason were going in on a gift, I also thought that Jason purchased that for you, like as a Christmas
Oh,
gift for you. Because I go, "Oh, who is that for?" And he goes, "Priscilla." I go, I go, "Who'd you get that for?" And he goes, "Priscilla." I go, "Oh, that's cute." Because I know you like, that movie.
uh-huh.
And so I was like, "Oh, that's cute." And he goes, "For Tony." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Well, I was like, the way he said it, he was like, "For Tony." And I was like, "Don't talk to me like I'm stupid. Hello." He's like, "Well, I don't know. Your girlfriend doesn't know how to, you need to teach her how to set up that separate account thing, blah, blah, blah." Like,
Well, and then I
I was
asked
like,
him,
"Oh,
I'm like,
yeah."
I texted him this morning. I'm like, "Hey, you didn't freaking text me back." And it was on the porch and he saw it because stupid Amazon doesn't wrap their shit. So I go, "The other gift I ordered, is it,
Did he respond?
what's the status?" He did.
Oh, good.
And it's supposed to be here by 10 tonight. So who freaking knows? I could
Does
end up
Tony
getting
like
it.
his gift at least?
Yeah, I think so. I'm
That
like,
sucks. I'm sorry. Well, that's why before I started doing this separate. So for those of you that do not know, if you have an Amazon account, it's Amazon Family. And so you can have another adult in the household have a different login and everything. This guy just came up and put like a business thing. Instead of putting it on my doorknob, he put it on my yard flag.
mm,
Sorry. Okay, so Amazon, you can set up Amazon Family so that it will put like Priscilla has a login, Tony has a login, Tony can't see Priscilla's stuff, whatever. And so, but before that, before I realized you could do that, I used to put, because if it comes in my name, he would open it because he just whatever. So when I'm shopping for him, I would always put, it would say Ashley Williams, "Do not open Jason Williams," on like in the address line for myself,
yeah,
because I'd be
smart.
like, "Stop," because he had opened his own gift before. And I'm like, I got mad too. In that case, I guess I could be mad, but still, in his defense, like, how is he to know that it's, I mean, we open each
Right,
other's packages all the time. How would he
right,
know that it's not? So,
right.
yeah. Yeah, good stuff. So, yeah. Okay.
I
Well,
know.
sorry
All
about that. I'm
right.
sorry my
Yeah,
husband's lame.
that's okay. Both of our
I love you,
husbands are so
Jace.
lame. Okay, well, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. Hey guys, we're back. Okay, Ashley, you need to tell me what on earth you were reading today. Okay, like I said last week, Ashley's gone a little cuckoo since she turned
Yes.
40.
I
And
think it was a little
she's
before I turned 40 on this
I
part
I
of it.
think so too. Well, you kind of started to get a little, we'll say crunchy, but not really crunchy, but just in your logical thinking on some things. But tell us what
Well,
you're reading.
this isn't even crunchy. And I wasn't reading this. I was watching this,
Oh,
going down the rabbit holes. Um
oh, was
so
it on social media?
yeah.
Oh,
So, and
difficult.
it was actually a really long video, like 38 minutes. I didn't realize this when I first started watching it.
Have you watched the
Um,
whole thing?
not completely yet.
Okay.
I'm almost done though. But I was like, what is this? And this has nothing to do with health. This is all about like how twisted and demented like Hollywood is.
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood, Gigi.
Hollywood, where dreams
So
die,
yeah, morals,
or
morals.
morals
Well, but I'm sure a lot of people's dreams die there too, because not everybody can be an
make it.
actor or whatever. Yeah. So I am where P says like I wear a tinfoil hat. Um, I think that tinfoil hat I think is conspiracy theory stuff, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think this is one of those things because it's total like conspiracy theory stuff. But I was watching the reason I was watching it is that it was like, um, did you know who Anne Heche really was? And I was like, what's this? Well, then it starts showing her, like before she died. Well, there starts to be an interview, and it's like her sounds like she's kind of like setting off alarm bells about stuff that happens in Hollywood and like what these people do and all of these types of things. And um, I'm pretty sure I knew this when she died. If she died, I don't know. I don't know. Tinfoil hat, who knows? But she was making a child trafficking movie.
Okay.
Girl in Room 13, I think is what it was called. I don't know if it ever came out or anything, but now I'm going to have to look it up. But she starts talking about, like, she's kind of talking about Ellen. And I do think there's some bad stuff behind Ellen. I don't know. Like, I've just seen stuff and you hear stuff. Like, I don't know how, I'm not talking about just like how things were at her studio, like how they said that
Like they said,
there
she
was a
was
lot of
really,
mistreatment and stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Not sure about that. Very possibly could be true. I'm not saying that that's not true. I'm just talking about I think that um I really do think that some of these people who are big really do sell their souls to the devil. And I think if it is not necessarily to the devil himself, I think that there are people who are behind this, like the machine, so to speak, where there are these people who are like, they will basically use their machine to prop you up and you just have to do everything they want you to. But there's a lot of talk too about how they do like satanic rituals and things like that. And there's like there's some videos and stuff that they were playing on there from this comedy club apparently, and it was really dark about like baby sacrificing and stuff. um but she, in the Anne Heche interview, she's talking about basically like the stuff that Ellen was involved in and things like that, with children, and about basically like the people who control it. And there's people on like um not national level, like world level, councils talking about people that are, it's not necessarily that people are just kidnapping children and using that as a child trafficking method. It's like people actually breed to give their babies away, like they sell them. And then it's easy to kill or do whatever you want with them because a lot of them are not having them born in a hospital. So, they don't have a birth certificate, that kind of thing. It was super
Who,
creepy.
okay, who put this post out? Like, who
I don't know who the person is.
was it like a news
No,
page?
no, it's like someone who posts like all of these like conspiracy theory type things.
Mm,
And in parts of it, it talks a lot about like you know how there was Pizzagate, right?
no.
No.
What do you mean? What's
Okay.
Pizzagate?
This won't make a whole lot of sense though. So Pizzagate is this was a lot of like government players involved in that. I want to say, or maybe it was Epstein. I don't know if it was Epstein or if it was Clinton or something around like that area, right? But it's like involves celebrities and stuff like that too. Where they would use pizza terms in the terms of like ordering these little children, ordering like these kids to have sex with or whatever. And so like cheese would be like code for little girl or whatever. And there's all these clips about like people constantly talking about pizza in Hollywood. And I'm like, okay, like I don't know. I feel like pizza's a pretty common thing, but I do know about that other stuff. And then in that comedy studio or comedy club, he's talking about pizza stuff too. Um and I don't know.
The
It's
comedian, is he famous?
okay. This comedian had like red all over their face. They were wearing like a red mask. So I don't even know who it was. I'm not joking. It was a really dark sketch or whatever it was that they were talking
Ew.
about. But then like they play these things too. Like there's a what are the reels called when it's like it doesn't actually get put out on like on the movie or whatever?
Oh,
Like
yeah,
not
like
a blooper,
cuts?
but
Like
yeah.
cuts, right?
Yeah. So there's this one, and I think it's Saturday Night Live, and it's The Rock, and he's talking about like, oh yeah, we have this new robot, and uh it's a child molesting robot that can molest more kids than your average robot or than the average child molester. It can blah, blah, like stuff like that, where it's like, that's not a funny thing though. I don't know
No.
why that would be a skit, stuff like that though. But there's all this talk surrounding it. And
But
then
it was really The Rock doing, like, saying that stuff? Like, you could
it
see
was
him?
really The Rock. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Ooh,
now in the world of AI now, who knows?
who
This
knows?
looked like The Rock back in the day, which I'm
Mhm.
sure they can do whatever they want with AI to make it seem that way. So that's why I have not dug into any of these things, but I was watching it and I was like, "Oh my goodness." There's like things where Justin Bieber's on there. And I really think Justin Bieber has been messed up
I do too.
by
I
stuff that
agree with that.
happened,
I would
you
agree
know,
with that.
like, and not saying he was involved in any child trafficking or anything like that.
I
But
think he may
I
have
think
been.
he was, yes, I
Yeah,
think he was definitely abused.
yeah.
Super sad. But there are certain lyrics and certain things that these people say that they like a lot of them say it and things like that.
Well, I don't know. Here's the thing. Here's my take with social media, and this is why I loathe it, even though I am on it all the time, right? But I take it with a grain of salt
Yes.
because I feel like both, like, there is crazy on every side of the
Oh,
spectrum on
100%.
social media. And so I think for me, it's so intimidating and hard to decipher what is possible that could be true, right? Because there's stuff that you're like, kind of makes sense, but not go down a rabbit hole thinking and then only focus and follow what I'm being fed. And I say that in a sense of, like, I look at kids today and I look at teenagers who see something, and and I've had this problem with my own teenager where it's like they believe it because they
Yeah.
saw it on social media, and I'm like, no, just because you saw, no, it's true. It's like, No, it's not,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
so it's very interesting, the whole scope of it. I can't stand it because I really do think it's evil for those purposes. And there's just so much of it. There's so much evil out there.
Yeah.
And it's terrible. It's terrible. I mean, I use social media. I love the dumb parts of it, right? I love the funny reels. I love the animal reels, but I use it a
What
lot
about
for
the
work,
falls? The fall reels.
the
I
falls,
love those.
the
Oh,
falls.
I love watching
Um,
someone fall.
all the moms who think like me and who are putting it
Yes.
on social media, their kids are driving them nuts, the husband's driving them nuts, the house is a mess.
Yes.
Those things are so funny to me. But anything of seriousness, it's like so hard for me to like even watch. So I mean, I can't believe you watched. How much of that video did
Oh,
you
I
watch?
will finish it. I will finish it. And I what you were saying, like, you take it with a grain of salt. I never am one to see something and go like, "Oh, that's true."
No,
But
right.
I will go and research it. I will go and I will
I
look at
know you
both
do.
sides of it because I think now we live in such a time that a lot of things have been let out that wouldn't normally be let out because there are people on both sides of the situation, whereas the people who are doing these evil things had so much control, and it was like, you don't let it out, right? Like,
Right.
it doesn't get out. Anne Heche dies in a car accident on impact, but then you see her getting put into an ambulance and she's sitting up, and it's like, okay, I'm not really quite sure. Um Stuff where it's like people are being controlled because this machine is so much bigger. But now there's, with social media and with so many people being like, I'm gonna put it out. Like, I'm gonna put it out there. Like, I think with Anne Heche's interview, I think she was just like, I'm gonna put it out there. I think there are a lot of people that are just like, I can't do this anymore. And if it means I'm gone, it means I'm gone. But I can't sit here and accept this stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Um, so it's like, so I think it is a time where it is easier to find those pieces of truth where we wouldn't have been able to before. So I do research a lot of stuff. I do have a um every now and then Jason will like share something and he believes it is like the absolute truth, and I'm like, that's not, no, that's not. And he's like, well, I'm like, did you look it up? No. I'm like, don't, like, he'll repost something without
Yeah.
looking into it. I'm like, don't repost something because you're essentially saying that that is true, like, that you believe that that is true, whatever, and it is not. So, um, him and I have had that discussion multiple times. Every now and then he'll see something and he'll like tell me about it. I'm like, did you look it up? And he'll be like, not yet, but I didn't, blah, blah, blah. Like, he knows, like, I'm gonna look it up or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's funny that you say that about the kids because my kids are always like, well, if it's on the internet, it's true. Everything's true on the internet. And so, because I'll say something and I'll be like, oh, well, I don't know, like, did you look it up? And they're like, yeah, because everything's true on the internet. I'm like, you can look at multiple sources, like, kind of see who's behind what in
Yeah.
order to figure it out. Come on. But it is, I think that there has been
But
such a control over what we're
yes.
told and what we hear.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And it's just exhausting to think about how much work you have to put in to
To
even
find the
try to.
truth.
Yes, yes. It's so disgusting. Why?
But
Why is
that
the
it's
truth
all
so hard?
evil. It's
It
because
is.
there's so much evil behind
There's
it.
so much evil in the world right now. It is very, very scary. I don't
Yeah.
know how we go, I don't know how we get out of it. I think that's the scariest part is
Yeah.
how do you get out of this? I don't know. I don't know. Our
I
children are definitely being attacked.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
the younger they can get to our kids, they there are generations to come, you know, and um, it's bothersome. It's very
Yeah.
bothersome.
Yeah. It really is. It's sad, it's scary, and like when I start seeing and hearing things, cuz I listen to a lot of political stuff and a lot of people who have like firsthand knowledge, like people who've been in a position of power or things like that in the past, and they are like now telling their story or something. I listen to a lot of stuff like that, and I'm just like, oh gosh, I like maybe people who are like, I'm not gonna have kids because of blah blah blah. Maybe they are
Maybe they're the
making
smart ones.
yeah, maybe they're making the right decision.
Yeah.
But um because I'm like, oh gosh, like now my kids have to figure out if
Raise
they're gonna
kids.
bring kids into this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I'm like,
Yeah.
gosh, was I selfish just wanting to have kids? I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an ugly world. It
Yeah.
really is. So
Definitely.
but yeah, that was the rabbit hole I went into this morning, and more to come on that when I dive into it, because I might not get into it today because I have to get my Christmas cards done, but
Well, let us know when you
afterwards.
put your foil back on your head and what you
Oh,
pick
the
up.
foil's there. The foil's there. I'll just let you know if I'm adding more or taking some off.
How far your antennas are going to
Yes,
go.
yes, I'll let you know about that.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for swapping with us, and we will talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.